Morning and welcome back to Good Morning Tobago right here on Tobago Updates. This morning we continue our conversation and we are chatting with Agricola. This morning I have the privilege of sitting and chatting virtually with Mrs. Marcia Quammie. Good morning and welcome.
Hi, good morning. Good morning, Tobago.
Good morning. So we hear that Agricola is celebrating some S.E.A students post-examination. Tell us a bit about what that really is. What have you been doing to give back to the community as it pertains to that S.E.A examination?
All right. Well, first of all, good morning and thanks for having us on. Agricola has been doing this S.E.A Bursary Awards for a little over 30 years, believe it or not. Of course, in those days, it was probably called Common Entrance. But the entire program really seeks to assist parents in providing some financial relief for the children who wrote the S.E.A exams. So members are invited to send in their requests after the student completes the exam. They send in the information, and what we do is we have two sets of awards. So we give awards based on merit, those children that would have done exceptionally well, and then we have those that are based on need. So we have some short discussions with the parents, find out exactly, what's happening in the homes, how we could assist. And what we do is provide bursaries. So they get bursaries. They're 5-year bursaries where we support the children throughout the full 5 years of secondary school, 2 years and 1 year, depending on the needs as well as the results that the children get. So we've been doing this, as I said, for a little over 30 years, and we broke down the awards into two. So we have the Tobago leg and the Trinidad leg. So the Trinidad leg took place on Saturday gone, the 16th, and the Tobago leg takes place on this Saturday, um, for us to award the children. I think we have a total of about 16 kids in Tobago, and so we're doing that. This year, we've added a workshop. So we would have had our Trinidad students workshop, and we have our Tobago leg today. And that workshop basically gives them, some information on financial planning, social media, skills, different things that would be relevant to them as they move into secondary school.
Right. And tell us what these bursaries look like. Is it that it covers the fee for school books and uniforms? What does it look like?
Well, we would have loved to be able to do that. At this point, we are giving $1,200 for the bursaries. So that would cover, well, it will assist in some way, I'm sure. It's not the full thing because the cost of books is very high, but it does go a long way to assist, especially in a household where parents may have more than one child. Yes, so that is the amount that we give this at this time.
Excellent. And, tell us about, you said that this program or this initiative has been around for about 30 years. Tell us about how it has grown and evolved and what are some of the changes that you're seeing because, we've heard that no more than ever parents are coming on and applying for these bursaries, based on economic circumstances. So tell us about how that has evolved over time.
Yes, well, as you have just mentioned, we know that the need is great, and as time progressed, we saw more students applying for the bursary. What we also would have recognized over time is that the needs sometimes don't change. The households are faced with some of the same issues. There is, a lot of assistance that's needed, especially in single parent households. So we've seen that throughout the years. That has been basically consistent. Maybe the number of students being awarded would have increased based on, person's needs. What's good about it is that we have accounts open for the children as well, so that we encourage them. Part of that, the whole exercise is to encourage them to save as well, because we know that what we are giving is not enough to cover everything.
Right. And this is for persons who are members of the credit union.
Mm.
Right.
Correct.
So moving forward, persons who are not members of the credit union who do have children that are in primary school, they may be more likely to sign up with Agricola Credit Union and benefit from that in the future.
Yes, so we do, our membership consists of persons in the government services as well as subsidiaries. So the bond is not an open bond open to the public, but persons who are in the various ministries, THA, and those organizations can join the credit union. The hope is that when you join your children, your spouse, so that your families are part of the organization and everybody benefits. We have persons who would have gone on from that bursary to do very well in secondary school. So much so that we have some scholarship winners in between. We had one recently as well from Tobago. So we usually get good results actually from the Tobago kids.
Excellent. Well, this is an amazing initiative, and we want to thank you for ensuring that our Tobago students are included in that. Is this something where you are also looking for other corporate entities to come on board, support, partner, be a part of this type of initiative to be able to boost or expand what you are currently doing to maybe possibly meet more students?
Well, that is something that we haven't had a full discussion on, but it's definitely something that we would want to look at. Simply because, as you said, we can do more. So even if it means maybe partnering with some bookstores or something of that nature, but we haven't had any discussions. We would look at it in general. What we want really is for us to be able to ensure that we give the children a good start. Like specifically with the workshop that we're having today, that will give them some information on how they're managing whatever little allowances they're going to get, how they're spending their money. Is going to talk to them about social media. As they hit secondary school, there's going to be more temptation to be involved in social media, let them know the dangers and those things. So wherever we can, because the person in particular who's doing our session today on social media, that is somebody who's not a member. So we will pull persons in to have to partner with us so that we can deliver what we want for the kids.
Right,
And
and
of course,
this
the
this
delicious people food that we're going to eat today.
right. So where is this workshop being hosted today?
We are the library, and we supposed to begin at 9, but I think we may be a little late. But it's going to be for the full day, and we have them doing little assignments. We also have a program that I want to just briefly mention. It's called our Youth Ambassadors Program. What we are doing is recruiting our young members and training them in the ways of the corporate movement so that Agricola has some persons that will be able to come on afterwards, after the old guards leave. So all these young persons from today's session will be signed up, and the youth ambassadors usually meet at the last Saturday of the month. And again, there are a number of programs that we host, fun activities for them as well, but mainly we're trying to teach them about the cooperative movement and how, that whole movement can benefit them as well as the community.
Excellent. And I'm guessing that this would also give them a great start in the corporate world as well, giving them a bit of an internship type experience as
Yes,
they go throughout high school.
yes, yes, correct. We have 3 of them actually in our Port of Spain branch now that who just finished exams, and they are working. They've been working throughout the July-August period to assist us. So, yes.
Excellent. Well, just remind us again of that
Mhm.
Agricola S.E.A. Bursary, sorry, and that workshop that's happening today at the library. So persons know exactly what's happening if they just joined in on the conversation.
Sure, no problem. So this is Agricola Credit Union, and we are celebrating over 30 years of our S.E.A. Bursary Awards. Students in Tobago that we'll be hosting today in our workshop. The workshop will include financial management tips on managing the social media, as well as information on our Youth Ambassadors program. Takes place from 9 at the library. We're hoping that all of the children will be in attendance today. And on Saturday, we celebrate everyone with a full award function. They'll be given certificates, the bursaries, We have a bag full of school supplies, stationery. So that is part of the tokens, as well as 1 or 2 other items of gifts for them. That takes place from 2 o'clock at the Nutrition Center. That's on Saturday. And persons can call the Agricola Credit Union, any of our offices.
Excellent. Well, we want to thank you so much, Mrs. Quammie, for your time this morning. I want to thank Agricola again for ensuring that Tobago's students are included in this initiative. Guys, we want to thank you for sticking with us this morning. Thank you for your likes, your shares, and your comments, and all that you have been doing and continue to do to make Tobago Updates the #1 broadcaster here on the island of Tobago. Again, I am your host, Shenell Felix, and have a great day.
Wake up and hear me neighbor, 60,000 people strong.